So I started playing the new Halo game for the PC, or rather, the old Halo game that just recently was re-released on the PC, so I want to talk a little bit about it. And by that I mean I kind of wanted to describe the sort of plot points beat by beat for the beginning of the game, just for fun. So if you want to stick around for a comical reading, then that's what I'm hopefully gonna deliver here for you. So basically the game starts out, you get that big ship, nice cool opening shot, and you get all this sort of minor dialogue between the captain of the ship, Captain Keyes, and his amazing stoicism, and Cortana and him are having this little chat, and they're like, well, I mean, Halo Reach just happened, and that was pretty crazy. And then he's all like, well, I don't really care. And then she's like, oh, by the way, we're pretty much being followed by our enemies, and they're likely going to attack us any minute. And then she's like, well, what are we going to do? And so he's just like, well, as the captain, I want everybody on this thing. And she's like, everyone, sir? And he's like, everyone. And it's like,
everyone, sir?
Everyone.
Nice, yeah. And that includes you, the player character, or you can also call him the Master Chief. And I kind of like the way that it's sort of equal parts overstated and understated. Like, the Master Chief, he's just kind of like awoken in this pod, and it doesn't really give you too much context immediately for him, but it starts to kind of become more clear as you play the level. And I think a lot of it's just sort of cool how, like, the sort of storytelling organically unfolds throughout the course of the level. So there's a lot of Master Chief waking up from his cryo sleep and then following a guy who immediately gets fucking just absolutely destroyed. There's a lot of Master Chief doing this thing with his perception of reality where he's like, wait, was this game made in 2002 or was it made in 2012 or what the fuck's going on here? But he does also get a lot of fun gameplay along the way, which is just, that's a good plus. It's always good. But I'm kind of skipping ahead here, so we got to kind of go back to the pacing here. You start out without no guns, so you're just kind of like running through the hallways, and Chief's just kind of like, I guess I won't take any of these guys' guns. They'll just let them do all the shooting for right this second. I gotta go see what the captain wants. Why did he wake me up? I'm sleepy, even though I guess I was kind of frozen in cryo for some reason, right? I mean, obviously they didn't just wake me up for no reason. And the reason they woke you up is because everybody, just everybody.
Everyone, sir?
Everyone.
You know what I mean?
Everyone.
It's on deck, so just gotta keep that in mind. Everyone is on deck. It's very important. It's very important. And so yeah, then you get a gun from Captain Keyes, and he gives you Cortana, and it's like this whole thing where that's kind of Chief's mission, is to make sure the Covenant doesn't get a hold of Cortana, and that's sort of the setup for the entire sequence of events of the beginning of Halo. And then you gotta kind of fight your way through the rest of the Pillar of Autumn, and it's all this crazy part, and then Chief just dies, and that's it. The game's over. And that's Halo. That's the masterpiece that so many people fell in love with video games, and pretty much what put Xbox on the map. That's it. And okay, yeah. You know that I'm just pulling your leg because you're probably someone who's played Halo, or at least someone who's aware that there are 3 other Halo games, or 2 other Halo games, or 4 other or 5 other Halo. How many fucking Halos at this point? Like, for real? Like, jeez. I guess they're doing a new one too. Infinite Halos. That's how many Halos. My bad. That's my B. How could I be so ignorant to a franchise that I like? I mean, jeez. Oh no. So, okay, Master Chief doesn't die. Okay, he doesn't die. In fact, he gets into an escape pod. He makes it to an escape pod, but not before he sees his chambers that were where he was resting. It turns out there was actually elites that were aware of his presence on the ship. So it's kind of like this foreboding sense that, like, well, if they didn't wake Chief up, they could have killed him in cryosleep. And that would have changed the whole course of the story. You just narrowly escaped the story not happening. So consider yourself lucky you didn't get wrecked by these by these Sang Heli. That's right. I know the lore. I know what those things are. They're called the Sang Heli. Sang Heli. Singing about heli. I don't know. Let's move on. So yeah, you find out that Chief narrowly escaped death, and you fight your way off the Pillar of Autumn, make it into an escape pod. This guy's like, Chief, are we gonna make it? And Chief kind of gives a little kiss, and then doesn't say a goddamn thing. But then when Cortana asks him the same question 2 minutes later, he's just like, yeah, we'll be fine.
You sure you wouldn't rather take a seat?
We'll be fine.
And yeah, that's pretty much what happens. But this guy who was worried about his life, he didn't just die. He actually just completely vanished. There is no fucking trace of him in the crash. So I don't know. I don't know what happened to him. He's just fucking gone. He just ceases to exist. It's honestly more disturbing than if his corpse was there. So yeah, that was the beat by beat, the play by play of Halo Combat Evolved's first level. If you are a viewer of my channel and you just watched this whole video and you're like, well, that was, well, I can't put words into your mouth. So tell me what words are in your mouth if you want to give me feedback, and if this is something you're interested in, or if you're just like, carry on. Next video. You just let me know what you think. Either way, I'm gonna peace out. Bye.